All right, UW Whitewater Tennis responded on Instagram. This is my coach, Coach Frank. He asked, "Can you explain the loss to the Speedy Sausage?" So, as I mentioned, I was at the Brewers game yesterday. Joe Swanhart from the Brewers actually came to the PPA event in Milwaukee, and he said, "Hey, I work with the Brewers. Let's do something or another." So he helped me throw a first pitch. I got to throw the first pitch. Not one that I'm particularly proud about. I did spike it, but here's the thing. I whipped it. The guy before me, there were two first pitches. The guy before me, he lobbed it in there. Anybody can lob it in there. Come on. I threw it pretty hard. I was happy with my velocity on it, but I did spike it a little bit. I'm going to blame it on the fact that I didn't practice on a mound. But anyway, he helped me or hooked it up with with throwing the first pitch at the Brewers game. And now, for those of you guys who don't know, Milwaukee also does a sausage race because obviously in Wisconsin we love our different types of sausages. We like chorizo, we like bratwurst, Italian, hot dog, all that stuff. I'm leaving one of them out, but we do a hot dog race where you get to run around the infield in a enormous hot dog costume. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you definitely need to look this up because it's iconic. They're like 10 feet tall hot dog costumes. They weigh like 30 pounds. And my buddy Scott from Whitewater Tennis, he actually was training. He created an Instagram account called the Speedy Sausage, and you can track his progress. He even made himself his own hot dog contest like training tool, big cardboard box. Pretty funny. We got to run that yesterday as well, which was incredible. And he was number 2. He won that one. I finished second I was rocking the square shoes. My friends said that they recognized me from the square shoes. I took the turn too wide. I took the turn around home plate too wide. I was in the lead and he just cut me off. I gave him too much space around the inside, which is a rookie move. Obviously better for the next sausage race that I have. So yeah, I think to answer your question, Frank from UW Whitewater Tennis, uh, practice. Scott was more prepared than me and he deserved it. Okay, so Sunil on Instagram asks, on a return of serve, if the ball clips the net cord and lands in the kitchen, should the rule change to a fault? No, but I think we should get rid of let rules. Like, I don't know. I think that those are both just dumb. I mean, I think that a let rule is dumb. I think that if the ball hits the tape and goes over, you should play it. But I understand the idea of the serve going into the kitchen. I get that one. You don't want the short serves. I don't agree on the deep serve or on the return of serve. Bianca Russo asked, "How are your calves so large, Zane? The people want to train like you for faster feet." I've got calf implants, actually. You know what? I don't really actually know. I feel like my calves are disproportionate to the rest of my body. Like I got pretty skinny legs generally, but pretty big, like very big calves for my upper body and thighs. So I like to say I have the best calf to upper body ratio in professional pickleball. I would definitely ask anybody to point out who has better calf to upper body ratio than me. You won't find anybody. Austin Bricker asks, how big is your wiener? Um, I was in the hot dog yesterday, is how I'm going to answer that question. I was in the hot dog yesterday. It was about 10 feet, the costume was. So that's how big my wiener was. Bad Pickleball asks, who's my favorite partner that doesn't play pro pickleball anymore? Bad Pickleball runs a YouTube channel out of Southern California. Bad Pickleball knows that it's the legend Jeff Warnick. Yeah, dude, he was just so fun to play, play with, play against, all that stuff. Jeff Warnick was a legend. Absolutely my favorite partner that doesn't play pickleball anymore. Tad Cameron. Oh, what's up, Tad? Tad did a clinic with Tad over in Atlanta a little while ago. So he asks, how many of the current elite pros will stay relevant over the next 10 years? That is a crazy question because if you go backwards to 10 years ago, I don't think there's a single pro to my knowledge, on tour currently, other than senior pros, that have managed to stay relevant. Honestly, I feel like it might be me to a certain extent. Looking backwards, I guess I kind of started playing pro-ish tournaments in 2016, 2017. So that's almost 10 years. I mean, I'm sure Anna Lee will if she wants to. I just feel like 10 years is such a long time in an early sport like this. Um, Anna Lee, Anna Lee is the only one I would say if she wants to, she could. Tad, I think that the level is pretty wide there, unfortunately. All right, questioning teddy bear on X asks, best way to play against two bangers. What strategies can be used to force a banger opponent to slow down and get out of their game? So the way that you phrase this question is exactly what is going to cause you to lose. People think that you need to slow down a banger in order to get them to stop banging. So if I just continuously reset against a banger, what does that show them? Well, it shows them that I'm not a threat to them whatsoever, right? And that honestly, it enables them to continue banging at you. So resetting against a banger is the absolute worst thing that you can actually do. What you want to do is you want to work on your ready position, you want to work on your quick hands, and you want to counter those balls back. And I'll give you an example of, I mean, honestly, just me personally, and I've seen this a million times, teach a million clinics, get that question very frequently, and I do feel passionate about it, that the worst way to play against a banger is by slowing them down. When I first started playing, my dad brought me to the Cesar Chavez Center in Racine, Wisconsin, and I was a tennis player at that time. I walked in, I was like, what the fuck is dinking? This looks dumb. I'm just gonna hit everything hard. I did, played against a couple of weaker players, wiped the floor with them because I just hit through them, and I was absolutely a banger. Did not hit a single shot soft. Would not hit a single shot soft. Could not hit a single shot soft. I was the epitome of a banger. I played then against some better players who just punched the ball back down at my feet and didn't try to play the slow game against me, and I ate it. And then I kept trying to bang and bang and bang, and I couldn't, and it wasn't working. And that's when I was like, all right, if banging doesn't just work, now I need to actually try and figure out why they're hitting these dinks and whatnot. And that's what forced me to actually play the dink game. So you've got to work on your hands in order to force your opponents to actually respect your hands and play the dink game. So, we're always trying to help you up your game on the court, but, I've got all these YouTube videos, help you with your dinks, help you with whatever, but you got to help yourself with your health. What about off the court? I was super interested when we were approached by Superpower. It's a concierge health platform that helps you get real insights into your body with over 100 different lab tests, including blood work, toxins, and gut health. Players can use it to dial in their recovery, energy, focus, all of that stuff now. But at the end of the day, if your health isn't in check, you're not going to play well on the court, regardless of what drills you're doing, whose YouTube's channel you're subscribed to, what paddle you've got, any of that stuff. That your game starts with your overall health, and Superpower is a unbelievable way of figuring out exactly what your baselines are and areas that you have for improvement. I took my blood test the day after MLP Austin, and it did show that I was pretty deficient in a few different electrolyte minerals. And I felt like I was hydrating the entire time. Like I was drinking plenty of water, I was drinking some hydration supplements, all of that stuff. But obviously it wasn't enough, and it could have led to fatigue. It could have led to not playing my absolute best. There were certain other insights on there as well where they recommended different supplements and whatnot. I got to talk with my own personal health concierge, so they can message back and forth with you, as well as use different AI insights and trends in your own health to help you get the recommendations that you need. So this is really good. I think preventative sort of medical stuff. Now, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I've had a great time working with Superpower. And if you're curious about what's really going on inside your body, this is the best way to find out. You can check it out at superpower.com/start/dink, or check the link in our description. Yeah.